Hey everyone, it's Allison from Determined to Shine, where we use the magic formula of, as you know, creativity, spiritual connection, and community to bring forth joy in our lives, especially in hard times. One of my favorite tools for bringing forth joy, as well as peace, direction, guidance, and just magical messages from my higher self in the universe is working with oracle cards and tarot. And you know me, I can't resist a new deck, which is of course why we are here today. So this is the Meditation and Affirmation deck from Deepak Chopra. It is a new release from Potter, which is, I actually don't own any other decks from this company. And I'd heard nothing about this deck. I didn't know it existed. I haven't seen anyone talking about it. I haven't seen it on YouTube, which for essentially a mass market deck is pretty strange, especially from such a big name. So I confess I was curious. I actually am usually drawn to smaller press indie decks versus some of the big releases, but something about this deck called to me. I was shopping for crystals and this came home too. So let's take a look and see what's in store. I have taken the packaging off, but otherwise you will be getting my first impressions. So this is a nice sturdy box, but it does open vertically. And then I did look at this when I took the packaging off. You get a couple of strange things inside because it looks like this, right? But what's neat about that, especially for someone who's new, so you get this, which is just a little bit of a description of the deck and an advertisement for some other things. I will probably toss that unless I keep these in the box. But this is actually a card stand, which is pretty sweet. Like to get a card stand in a box. So you could use this, you know, on an altar space. You could probably keep, let's see, will the whole deck fit on there? Sure will. So if you wanted to keep the whole deck out, you know, and just flip the card around, you could. You could, of course, also use it like a stand, but even putting in like some crystals or other little, let's make that heart go in the right way if I'm going to be picky. You know, you could put some other things on there as well if you wanted to. And of course, the crafty part of me is like, this must get decorated. So, okay, alas, we'll move along. But let's look at the cards. But I do think this is nice, and it is pretty solid. Like, I think you can absolutely use this as a card stand. So you get that in the box, which is kind of neat. So I'll probably keep the card stand and chuck the box if I'm being honest. But let's look at the cards. So they are 64 square cards. Cardstock's pretty solid. There isn't really a card back. So we start with the image and affirmation. So this one says, I am at home in my body. It is my haven and comfort. And I can tell you right now, like that top message is the one that I needed today because if you've been following me, you know that I have multiple sclerosis, which is a real beast of a disease, if I'm just being honest. I'm normally very kind about how I talk about my MS, like, because I live a great life. I live a great life and I work really hard. Not like out of struggle work, right? But like I do a lot of intentional things to live my life well. But I do live with pain all the time, and occasionally, like the past few days, I get a little angry about it. So this is such a good reminder that we are here to live in our bodies, and that my body can be my comfort, right? It's with me all the time, so we might as well be friends. Then the back of the card is like a little bit of an expanding message. So it says your body has an amazing capacity to correct itself. And I really like this art. It's kind of almost sigil-y or symbolic. So my brain is an engine of evolution. I love that. It says your brain is fluid and flexible, able to create new connections through very old age. This is also very helpful for me today because, of course, MS lives in the brain. So that's good to know. Okay, I'm not going to talk about MS the whole time, I promise. Okay. I'm looking at the world with knowingness and peace. I love this. When you give up the idea of my soul, you can experience boundless change. And then, of course, I am free from limitations. Look how pretty this is. Like attracts like, love awakens the soul. Okay, I'm going to keep going through the cards, but I'm only going to read the fronts. Well, I can't promise anything, but I don't want to be here forever. But like, these are just very, very pretty. I do like the message on the back for some of these. Like, I'm open, I'm in flow, I am light. And it says when you're in the flow, there are certain feelings associated with it. Being light, open, and fresh. Being this feeling gently pushes out negativity and resistance. And that's so true. And that's why I love creativity as a soul tool, right? Like when we are working creatively and making things, we can experience that like bliss state, which is awesome. I can live as if I have all the time in the world. That's fantastic. The more I give, the more will come to me. So that's very plain. I want another picture. Oh, are the pictures going to repeat? That's going to make me a little sadder. No, it's fine. I just was hoping for different art on every card. That's what okay. Anyway, I am in charge of my life. I am becoming wisdom. Okay, yep. So the card images are repeating. It looks like on the front and the back. Okay. No, it's a beautiful, I like these affirmations a lot, and it's beautiful art. I wanted 64 different pieces of it. I am specific in my desires and believe in getting results. This is a big deal for people who are trying to manifest things in your life. Like, you have to be really clear about what you want to make it happen. Experience ecstasy in body and soul. I embrace every day as a new world to be explored. Okay, this one is different though than, but just because it's a different color. Yeah, because see, this one lines up with that one in terms of the artwork. My body is boundless. It is channeling the energy, creativity, and intelligence of the entire universe. I actually love this affirmation. I might keep that one out. At the moment, the universe is listening through your ears, seeing through your eyes, experiencing through your brain. Your purpose for being here is to allow the universe to evolve. That's a very like Deepak Chopra statement, which is great because he wrote it. My body is a junction between the visible and invisible worlds. I love that. Okay, so I'm actually super loving the affirmations. These are really, really strong affirmations. Giving is more important than winning. And some of the affirmation decks out there, I am the source of magic in my life. That's fantastic. Some of the affirmation decks out there, particularly the ones by Gabby Bernstein, the affirmations and the words on the deck are really, really long. And so they kind of almost lose some of the power. And, oh, this is cool. For every new step I take, my body follows. I love that. So these affirmations are really, really strong. Like, I think they would be fantastic to meditate with or even use as mantra. I'm safe, I'm protected, I say no to fear. So I just really like the length of these affirmations. I like that they're specific and powerful. Like, any one of these would be fantastic to be looking at all day long. Like, I think this absolutely could be and will be something that lives on my desk or on my nightstand. I'm here now, of course. Oh, this is awesome. I am everything I need. So on my mirror right now, it says I have everything I need. But I am everything I need is strong. That is a fantastic affirmation. We're replacing the one on the mirror. I am here to serve. I'm here to inspire. I'm here to love. I'm here to live my truth. So I think these are awesome. And at a minimum, if any of these affirmations are resonating with you, I encourage you to just write down those statements and like stick them up on your mirror, because they work. Like, when you meditate on an affirmation and bring it forward in your life, the results can be very powerful. Affirmations were the first personal growth tool I used. I downloaded an audiobook of 101 Power Thoughts by Louise Hay before I knew what affirmations were, before I knew who Louise Hay was. I was in my 20s. I want to say. I'm secure because I have nothing to fear in myself. So it was this audiobook, and I started listening to it on my drive to and from work. And I would say the affirmations out loud with her. And after about 2 weeks of that, all of a sudden, people started saying things to me like, hey, you look amazing. My body was the same. What are you doing? You have an extra, I remember my boss being like, you've just really had an extra bounce in your step lately. And I was like, why, yes, I have. Because I was affirming that I remember the one I used the most was, I say yes to the universe and the universe says yes to me. And when I felt like the universe was saying yes to me, boy, could I do and create anything I wanted. And I didn't know anything about anything then, because I was I was a baby Allie. I wasn't even married yet, let alone having gone through so much of my journey of being a widow and MS and all the rest of it. I was just a little baby. But boy, did they change my life. So I really encourage you to work with affirmations and at least write down any of these that are striking you. Ooh, I like this. I exert a peaceful influence. Put this on your desk and make your boss come look at it. No, I'm just kidding. So it's really, really neat. My spiritual path unfolds when I love myself and follow my heart's desire. I love this card, especially for any of you who are in that place right now of you're trying to learn all the things and all the methods and all the cards and all the things. Just allow it to happen. We can learn and grow over time. I didn't get where I am in a day, and I still have so much to learn. I like that some of these are action steps. I'll spend half an hour in a peaceful place doing nothing except feeling what it is like to exist. I will write down 5 things I want my life to be remembered for. So this is I'm gonna Grey's Anatomy segue here. Anyone who knows me knows I love Grey's Anatomy. I even have the Grey's Anatomy characters surrounding a healing crystal grid in my bedroom. If I remember, I'll stick a photo of it right there, if I remember. And yeah, I just love Grey's Anatomy. And so I promise I'm getting somewhere with this. And so, so I love this crystal grid because it combines my pop culture love with healing and crystal grids in this little healing altar, 5-second advertisement for my Creative Altars class, which you can find the link to in the description box. But anyway, why I like this affirmation is because on the Grey's Anatomy season finale last night, or I watched it last night. It's been out for a little while, and there are no spoilers here. Meredith had COVID all season long, and she does recover, which is, I guess, maybe a spoiler, but she's the main character, and the series got renewed for another season, so she has to live. She talks in her little monologue about what she learned from having COVID and recovering from COVID. And what she said is, I learned that I'm alive, and that she talks about how important that is. And there's just all this celebratory imagery montage playing as she's talking. And I was so struck by that, and I'm getting chills right now because going back to that lesson about my body I was talking about with that first card, right? We're alive and we're here. And yes, I have MS. And that is hard. And if I'm being honest with you or honest with myself, it's hard all the time. And most people don't see that in me because I am a little less vulnerable with I don't have a problem saying I'm in pain, but I have a problem saying how I feel about that sometimes. But I choose joy anyway, and I choose it every single day. And I do that because I'm alive, because I'm here, because even though I have MS, and even though I've had a lot of trauma in my life, I'm here, and my heart's beating, and I'm breathing in and out. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I get to share on this channel with you. I'm so grateful that that I get more days, because, so for those of you who are new to me, I mentioned earlier I was a widow, or I am a widow. I was widowed, almost 9 years ago. And, you know, our days are not guaranteed, but I have more. I got another one today, and that's beautiful. That's what I love about this card. Spending half an hour doing nothing except feeling what it is like to exist. Like, what a flipping miracle it is that we are each alive right now in this space, right? Like, how many miracles had to happen for you and me to be having this conversation. I mean, it's one-sided. I'm the only one talking right now, but you can comment, but like, that we're here and we're alive, and like, so many people, so many generations back had to make so many decisions and so many encounters. Like it's such a magical thing. And so spend a half an hour, spend 5 minutes, spend 3 minutes, and just be excited that you're alive. Okay. I will continue with the cards now. But that, my friends, is the power of affirmations and of Grey's Anatomy. I digress. I already shared that one. Okay. I will embrace a life of adventure and exploration. I live a life of discovery and self-transformation. That's fantastic. In my center is my awareness. I'm all like happy right now. I'm so grateful for you, for being here with me. In silence, I experience the source of infinity and eternity. This is why meditation matters. And this is why affirmations work. Ooh, look at this one, you guys. What a great action step. I will imagine 5 things I could do that no one would ever expect, and then I will do at least one of them. What a fun thing. Like, I challenge all of us to do this. And they don't have to be like big, serious things. They could be silly things. Like, if you are really introverted, try something extroverted. And if you are really extroverted, try something introverted, or whatever you want to try. I love that. I open the door to a new reality, experience a vast landscape filled with light and extending to infinity in all directions. And the final card, I embrace a life of infinite breakthroughs and personal growth. My journey never ends. So this is the final card in the deck, which is great. But I'm actually, I'm losing my table here. I'm going to make it the first card in the deck, because that's the one that matters, right? Like, that's the one that matters. Write that down. Commit it to your heart. So that is the Meditations and Affirmations deck, as well as a little conversation with me. That happens a lot, but thank you for being here with me today. What a gift. I love this deck. That's my final take. Yes, as an oracle deck, so to speak, that was air quotes, as an oracle deck, which it does not claim to be, right? It says it is a Meditations and Affirmations deck. As an oracle deck, I like more art. You know, these are really pretty, I think actually very powerful drawings, but they do repeat, and that's, kind of a bummer for me. But beyond that, I do think they're beautiful, and there's power in these affirmations and cards. Hands down, there just is. So I won't use this like a traditional oracle. I'm not going to necessarily shuffle and draw from it, I don't think. But I do think that I will keep this out and rotate through these cards as things to meditate on. And I do think that when discouraged, pulling from this deck could be really powerful. If you are a person who deals with anxiety or depression and is looking for something to help stop those racing thoughts and give yourself something positive to think about instead, I think this would be a fantastic deck for you. And again, for the price, does include a card stand ready for decorating, because who doesn't want to decorate a card stand? Well, actually, maybe that's not your jam, but here at Determined to Shine, I like getting creative. So hopefully I will remember and can share the decorated stand with you in a new video. But yeah, I'm a fan, and I am really excited that I followed the nudge to get this, despite my "hey, what the heck is this deck" reaction. And I hope that you enjoy it as well, whether you buy a copy or just watch the video. As always, I'm just falling apart here, friends. As always, remember that if you are in the darkness, it is temporary. There is always a way out. You are the magic. You control your destiny, and you are safe. You are loved, and you are enough. You are so, so, so enough. You have no idea how much enough you are. You are so magical and powerful, and today can be the start. Today can be a new day, a new decision, a new step forward. So all my love. Have an amazing day, week, month, year. And if you liked this video, I would love to spend more time with you. So check out the description box for information on classes. But of course, I would just love it if you wanted to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave me a comment, and many blessings from my heart to yours. Have a great one, friends.